Hello, my name is Bill Eman, and this is kind of the follow-up to a series of videos I did back in the summer, today being the middle of November, just prior to Thanksgiving. I had done a series based on having the prospect of two full total knee replacements coming up. They actually took place on September 23rd. And the series was just a way to hopefully help people get prepared for that kind of surgery. We talked about diet, we talked about exercise, different supplements, things like that that you could take that would help you be prepared. And that process has gone through. I had the double knee replacement surgery the end of September. Tomorrow will be 8 weeks, and I am here basically sending this video to Leah, who has responded because she has some bilateral, that means two, partial knee replacements coming up the end of December. And so hopefully this will be a little bit of a recap and then kind of the finishing touches on where I am and where you could be at the end of an 8-week period. So first off, I just wanted to say that there are a couple of websites that are going to be on the back end of this in the credit section. One that focused on a very simple weight loss program I was on. I ended up losing about 16 pounds prior to surgery, which was, I think it was huge. It really made a difference before surgery and certainly afterwards during some of the physical therapy issues and whatever. That website is optimal-weight-loss.com. If I didn't get that right, you'll see it in the credits. Just go there, check it out, see if that might make sense for you. Leah has 43 days between now and when the surgery is. But anything you can do, unfortunately you got 2 big holidays coming up, so you got to be smart, but that website's got a whole lot of information about that. The second thing I did was work out. I worked out at a club called Fitness 19. Good workout place, but nothing fancy. And what I worked on basically were 3 leg exercises. I was on the bike, even though I had bad knees. I had a hip replaced a year ago, and the prospect of 2 knee replacements coming up. The bike was just great. It didn't hurt at all. And if you're in a situation where you can do that, that would be terrific. I did that at least 3 days a week at this club. You could do it at home if you have a stationary bike at home. The key is to build up your leg muscles. The other 2 things I did, leg extensions, where you sit, kind of hook your feet under a weight and then lift your legs up. It builds your quads. And then leg curls, where you're laying on your stomach, hook your feet on the weights and bring your legs up towards your butt, and that works the backside of your legs. Very important to strengthen your legs before this kind of surgery. But I'll be honest, the most important thing was working on my arms because I learned a year ago when I had a total hip replacement and could only put 60 pounds of weight for like 6 weeks. It was, that was difficult. And I use my arms much more. Getting up from a chair, lifting myself up from a chair. So I worked on curls, I worked on presses where you're pushing weights down. I did a lot of pull downs, sitting on a machine and pulling the weights down. And the one thing I caution people about is don't be self-conscious. I mean, I'm 63 years old. I've been an athlete. I've played most sports. But there are, you know, when you go to a club environment and people are there, you know, they got 20 plates and they're working and you got 1 or 2, that is absolutely irrelevant. You've got to be doing what you can do to get yourself prepared. And I think the arm, upper body exercises, to me, are at least, if not more important than the lower body exercises. When you get done with the surgery, you're going to be going to some sort of physical therapy, and you're going to be working those muscles. But in the beginning, it's your upper body that you need to strengthen. And it doesn't matter how old you are, whether you're a man or a woman. One thing I wanted to show you, I didn't use it all that much because I went to the club. But it's from, you can get it at Dick's or Walmart or almost anywhere. It's from Gold's Gym. It's just this. It's just a little tube. You kind of put it under your foot. You can do curls. You hang it on the top of a door, sit in a chair and do pull downs. You can reverse that and push down with it when it's over the top of a door. So, I mean, for 15 bucks, you can get, you don't have to be very fancy about it. But it really is critical to to build yourself up a little bit before the surgery. The other thing I would just mention, and I'll just put it up here. You may or may not be able to see it. It's a product called Max One, and I've got to be totally honest with you. I did not use that prior to surgery because it wasn't available. I used a product called Max GXL, which is I won't get into the science, but it helps boost and accelerate the production of a protein called glutathione that each of our cells manufactures. The problem is the older you get, the less it manufactures. It is the #1 antioxidant that your body performs. It also is an anti-inflammatory. And one thing I can tell you, when you have knees or hips, or also had a foot surgery thrown in, swelling is a problem. So anything that can help the cells be less inflamed is great. And I can tell you this product, Max One, came out about a month ago, and I started using it then, and it is about 3 times more effective than the product I was using before, made by the same company, but a major breakthrough, and it's been excellent. There'll be a website sticking under my chin here. It's called Live Life to the Max with dashes in the middle. You can go there and learn about this thing called glutathione. If it makes any sense to you, which it did to me, please give me a call and we can work that part out. Okay, gotten through surgery. I had 2 separate doctors, one on each knee. The surgery only lasted about 1 hour and 45 minutes. But the products that they put in my knee are called Smith & Nephew knee replacement products, and they were absolutely terrific. They've been tested. You might have seen them advertised on the Fox News channel quite a bit, but they are supposed to be 30-year knees. Now, I guess they've done a lot of testing, because the product hasn't been around that long, of what 30 years worth of wear and tear would be. But at 63, I am not too concerned about 30 years down the road. I'd like to outlive them, and hopefully I will. But if you have a choice, you can just go to, I think it's Smith and Nephew, NEPHEW.com, and they give you a whole list of doctors who use those products. And I will just tell you, I have a Smith & Nephew hip and 2 knees, and it is it's been, hate to say easy, because that I don't get much sympathy that way, but it has been a very simple process and worked well. So we had the surgery on the 23rd. The worst night was the first night, and I will just tell you, it was, agony may be too strong, but my main doctor is a low-dose guy, and I should have remembered from the hip surgery, the first night you want about as much medication as you can get, because you really want to get through that initial 24 hours. And once that happens, then I was walking on the second day. On the third day, I was in physical therapy, walking around with a walker. Very little pain in the knees. Around the knees there was swelling, and it was, the muscles and tendons and ligaments are kind of getting used to having been stretched and pushed and pulled in different directions. The scars, I can tell you, are, I could show you, but I won't. Unbelievable. Just there's hardly, I mean, you can see a scar on each knee, but it is really much better than I expected. I went into a physical therapy hospital place after on the 4th day. I was there for 2 days and said I can do all this stuff at home. I was going upstairs there using a machine called a One Step, which is, it's almost like a bike except the circular motion wasn't there. And so I decided I would rather be at home, go to physical therapy at a therapy facility about 1.5 miles from my house, which I did. I started doing that 3 days a week. That lasted about a week, and then it went to 2 days a week. I was driving at the end of 2.5 weeks, so I could have a Dodge Durango. I could get my foot up on the platform to step up and pull myself up with no pain in the knee. It was absolutely terrific. So the bottom line is, here I sit almost 8 weeks since surgery. I have, my home office is downstairs in my house. I go up and down the stairs 10, 15 times a day. It may show I'm not a very good planner, but I do that, and it has been, I'm doing virtually everything that I had done before with much less pain. I still have a little bit of swelling around the knees. They say that can take quite a while to go away. I have 125 degrees range of motion in both knees. I was serious about the physical therapy, the laying on my stomach with a rope on one foot and pulling it over my shoulder, holding it for 30 seconds and doing a number of sets of that. That was not particularly comfortable, but no pain, no gain. And so on the whole of it, when everybody had told me, you're going to do 2 knees at once, you're crazy, I would recommend that to anybody. And whether you're doing a partial or a full knee replacement, or even if you only have one to do, I guess the keys are preparation up front. Be prepared that you're going to have to use other parts of your body. Although, seriously, this was very easy. You can put full weight on your knees day one. And so it's not like other surgeries where I had a little bit of foot surgery, 8 weeks, no weight on my foot. This was 6 months ago. That was horrible. Except I had this cool thing called a knee walker. I could put my knee on and my foot was up and I could kind of motor around with that thing. That was pretty cool. But this was much easier, much better. And so I just, anyone who is going to go through this, my phone number will be on the back if you'd like to call and talk. I'd be happy to talk with you about it. And other than that, I will end this video just thanking those of you who had been and watched some of the earlier ones and hopefully have gotten something out of it. Be prepared. I guess that's the best thing I could tell you. And good luck to those of you who are going through it or will in the future. And I'd be happy to assist with information in any way I can.